truth, and integrity. This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity. This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity.
Committee members, I would call upon them and they will ask you questions. And then you do us the honor of responding to the question. I will then give the floor to Honorable Kennedy. You have the floor, Kennedy.
Speaker, I just walked in. Anyway, that's okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. Honorable nominee, congratulations. Okay, so Mr. Chairman, I have just 3 quick questions to ask the nominee.
3.
3, just 3. 3 quick one. Mr. Chairman, the first question I want to find out from the nominee, what new do you bring on board to assist your minister?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, what I bring on board is fresh energy and practical ideas to support my minister.
If you say practical ideas, can you share some with members?
Which involve stronger stakeholder engagement and also promoting accessibility for all.
Okay, so I'll move to the second question. How do you plan to promote gender equity in the male-dominated sector like the transport sector?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, is it not a question of law? Law that gender equity.
Well, the nominee is capable of answering the question.
Your direction.
So yes. Yes, you have the floor. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, when I'm giving the nod, I will support my minister to make sure, since I'm a woman, to make sure that we give women the opportunity in the transport sector to also rise. Because like his question said, this is a male-dominated industry. When you go to the, for instance, the port, you see that there are no women. All the licenses are owned by men. And so I will take it upon myself with the directives of my minister to make sure that we'll introduce initiatives that would allow women to come into that space as well. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Nyako.
The last one I want to ask the honorable member or honorable nominee. My last question. Recently, there have been reports of some excavators that have been held or seized or kept at the port. You are going to the transport ministry to assist your minister. What immediate actions you bring on board to assist to ensure that these held excavators are released to owners?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the excavators that have been seized, but currently, His Excellency the President has formed or instructed that a 3-member committee be put together, which includes the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Transport, and Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to look into that matter. So I'm very sure that very soon a comprehensive investigation will be done, and whatever the president decides, it will be released to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm done.
Thank you very much. I will then give the floor to Honorable Tampoli. I'm told you have no question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's not likely to be the case. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to congratulate the honorable nominee, who is likely going to be a tenant in the office that I was a tenant in before. Looking at page 3 of your CV, I see your referees are Lieutenant General Augustine Blay, former Chief of Defense Staff, and the Papa himself, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. So your answers should be more or less with military and spiritual precision. It should be guided. Honorable nominee, road traffic accidents, so rampant. I don't know, it could be, attributable to the design of our roads, rascality on the part of drivers, and so on and so forth, or any other reason. What innovative or groundbreaking ideas do you have for your minister in order to curb the rate of road accidents in this country? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, road accidents are very concern to the whole nation. Experts say that 80% of these accidents are caused by human factor. And so when I'm giving the nod, I would assist my minister to make sure that we put into place measures that would curb that. For instance, by educating the general public, also making sure that we have emergency response system, effective emergency response system. We also need to put up signage, clear signage, and also put in place like cameras that will detect speed limits and all that. But most importantly, making sure that we enforce the existing laws and regulations to make sure we strengthen them so that it will curb the accidents on our road. For instance, I see these bigger trucks. They cause most of the accidents. They destroy our roads and also cause more accidents because if you go to the US, for instance, they have like a weighing station whereby when they move from one place to the another, they will stop, weigh the goods they are carrying, and if it's too much, they will take some. Over here, we don't have it in Ghana, and even if we do, the laws are not being enforced. So like I said, I will support my minister to make sure we implement or we enforce laws that would curb the accident on our roads. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much.
I'll take you to electric buses. Electric buses. Sometime in November last year, Metro Mass received 10 electric buses under the auspices of the Ministry of Transport. The contract at the time was for 100 buses. The need for those buses, have you done any research to know the impacts of those buses in terms of the ticketing price vis-a-vis the vehicles that are using diesel especially, and to advise whether or not we should continue to bring in more of such buses? Do you think they are necessary for us to have more of them in the system? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The introduction of the electric buses are very important because they are environmentally friendly and cheaper. Like you said, 100 were ordered, I was told, but 10 were received. And out of the 10 currently, is only 4 that are working. The other 6 have electrical issues or charging problems. which my minister has worked on that and resolved it. And so it's a very good initiative. Education has taken place. 13 regions have had that education. And so when I'm giving the nod, I'll support my sector minister to make sure that we visit the rest of the regions and educate the public, because it's cheaper, like I said, and it's also environmentally friendly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the minister is sitting too close to the nominee. I think he wants to be guiding her, but she's capable, Minister.
Please.
She is very capable.
Please, you are to ask question. Honorable Tampoli, we have a third day.
Mr. Chairman, my last question. The railway workers have recently, embarked on some kind of sit-down strike. Your ministry portfolio has been enlarged by the addition of the railway sector to the ministry. Now, the railway line from Tema to Mpakadam, is it still operating? And if it is operating, what are the solutions to the strike action that have been embarked upon by the railway sector workers? And if they are not operating, what do you plan to do, especially to help your minister to be able to get them back on stream? I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The railway, the Mpakadam railway station or railway place will be operating very soon. I had a little briefing with my minister, and he said very soon it will be in operational. It will be in, it will start being operated. So.
Mr. Chairman, I have no further question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I will then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Ajay.
Thank you, Chairman. Nominee, congratulations.
Thank
Chairman,
you, Mr. Chair.
I've known the nominee to be very diligent. She's one who is affable. I'm saying this because I'm the caucus chairman, and she's one of the women who have always sought for the interest of women and the youth. So, nominee, I've seen that in your CV, you were the deputy ranking for lands and natural resources from 2024 to January. The ministry, with reference to railways, have issues and challenges with land encroachment and many more. Will you avail yourself to the minister of your vast experience in land management to ensure that titling and control of encroachment have been managed properly? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Chair, those are purely administrative issues, and I'm not at the ministry yet. When I get there, when the committee approve me and I get there, I will assist my minister to make sure we look into those issues and resolve them. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think that I need to bother my wonderful and smart lady from the region, other than to commend her and again to congratulate her on this appointment. So I also want to know from you, this is not a question, but to admonish you. There's so much of youth involvement these days in politics and in governance. Will you avail yourself to the minister, providing him with all it takes to help manage some of the women and lady issues in the ministry? Because, for the Ministry of Transport, we have the Civil Aviation, Maritime Authority, and many more. There are a lot of young women there, and women empowerment that has to come on board. Please, will you avail yourself to the minister to use that competence of yours in these areas? Thank you.
Honorable James, you say you will not ask question, you will just admonish her. But you have ended up asking a question. Honorable Nominee, your response.
Yes, I will. I'll make sure that I avail myself and work with my minister to make sure that we help in that regard. Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, I think this is the last comment. On behalf of the regional caucus, I want to congratulate her on this occasion and wish her very well. I know she's going to work with one of the smartest and competent ministers. I've known him. As a chairman for Roads and Transportation Committee, I've no doubt at all that she will perform. So, thank you so very much. Congratulations once more.
Thank you, Honorable Ajay Mensah. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Elikplim Akurugo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Many say you are not approachable, you are not friendly. When you meet them, even at the lobby, you just pass by them. I want to find out, how are you going to work with people in the ministry, and how is your working relationship going to be with your subordinates in the ministry? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really don't know. And then, of course, they really don't know me, because anybody that knows me knows that I'm very affable, I'm loving and caring, and it translates in whatever I do, even in my constituency. I mean, they know me to be down-to-earth person, and so I know I'll work very well with the ministry that I'm going to. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, that is all for now. Congratulations, my sister. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Chiwete. You have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, if you may permit me, on page 2 of CV, under the leadership positions held, bullet 1, 2, 3, the 4th bullet, she has a member government assurances caucus. I do know assurances is a committee, so if we may correct that, I may stand wrong, but I think it should be a committee, assurances committee, not assurances caucus. We have population caucus, but assurances is a committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, my question to the nominee is, Honorable, considering the carnage on our roads, we all here are representative of people from our various constituencies. Will you encourage every MP to be an ambassador for road safety in his or her constituency? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Yes, I think it's very important. It has to start from us being the members of parliament. We represent the people, and so when we speak, they listen. So we should take it upon ourselves to be the educators, to educate our various constituencies. Thank you.
Any further questions?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have further questions, except to indicate that she hasn't supplied me a checker for a very long time. Thank you.
Honorable Chiwete, you are not supposed to use our platform to request for a checker. Alaji Omar, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think I have only one question for you. And it has to do with the ministry that you are going to. What practical strategies will you recommend to tackle the encroachment on transport infrastructure in the country?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Like I said earlier, those are purely administrative issues, and so when giving the nod, I will assist my minister to make sure we put in place or we find solutions to that. Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Uma. Yes, I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yabwama.
Mr. Chairman, the nominee, congratulations, Honorable Member, anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Reading your CV, you've indicated that you love to travel a lot, and that you've provided over 4,000 women and youth with some credit facilities in Jomoro.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
4,000.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And credit facilities, you indicated. But you are not a financial institution, a member of parliament. How did you achieve this?
So it was a program I put together, but I did it through the Jomoro Rural Bank. So I was more so like a guarantor. I guaranteed the loan, and so they were paying it through the bank. So it was a loan from the bank, but there was no interest, nothing. And I was able to do that for about 4,000 women in my constituency.
That's very impressive. My last and final question, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chair, you went through a lot. The Citizenship Amendment Act to the Constitution is the 1990 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana Amendment Act 96. And it details those who qualify to hold certain positions, including members of parliament. Last night, social media was awash with the president nominating a South Korean national to be our ambassador to the Republic of South Korea. I know I've checked, and I realized that the gentleman has handed in his passport to the High Commission. You went through some turmoil with your citizenship, and I'm sure it took a toll on you during your term as a member of parliament. Can you tell us a bit about what you went through, what necessitated that, and your advice to people who may be sitting around the table with dual nationality and other documents that they've not disclosed to Parliament? Mr. Chair, that's my last question, but I want to wish you the very best. God bless you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, it wasn't easy for 2.5 years. I was back and forth, from court. It wasn't easy at all. It's something I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But since it's been closed, the case is closed in court, I don't think I want to go into detail on that. But what I can say is that it was not easy for me, and I thank God that at the end of it all, I was able to sail through successfully. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I want to first of all congratulate the nominee and also wish her well. Chair, I have a few questions. The first one is on the very high clearing cost and port congestion. I think they move or work hand in hand. The fact that the clearing costs at the ports are high, people are unable to clear their goods. And this is a major problem for the Ghanaian people. As you go in as Deputy Minister, do you have any ideas, any plans you intend to share with your minister so that we take care of this high clearing cost and congestion? Congestion to the extent that some containers cannot even be found. We saw the Minister of Energy come to make such a... So can you please come up with some suggestions as to how to, as it were, reduce the high clearing cost and consequently high congestion at the ports?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the high cost that Honorable Leader is talking about, but it's a concern to His Excellency the President. he wants businesses to thrive. And so it's something that he's working on it with my sector minister. And so when I'm approved, I will, with his directive, we'll put our heads together and take directives from His Excellency the President and see how best we can resolve the congestion and the high taxation that you're talking about. Thank you.
Any further question?
Yes, follow up on that one. So, with this, it's come to our notice that some vehicles that are of a certain year, maybe 10 years, and so we are in 2025. So a vehicle that is about 2014 or 2012, there are some extra charges or penalties, and that amounts to some high cost. So some of these cars are still kept there. Would you, as a nominee, make a proposal that, or suggest to your minister that, and perhaps to the president, that we should perhaps let these penalties be waived so that people still can clear their vehicles?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will do that, but it will be at the discretion of my sector minister and His Excellency the President. But definitely, I'll make those suggestions and see how best we can work together on that. Thank you.
So, thank you, Chair. Chair, my second question, I know the nominee to have traveled wide. I'm sure one of the places she may have gone to, which most of the people on the table may have been, is the UK, and the use of train. And therefore, I'm talking about railway. Do you have any other plans? Do you have any plans in getting Ghana enforce the use of railways? First of all, make sure we have railways all over the place, especially from Jomoro to Accra or Tema, especially for goods. You want to cut goods from Jomoro to Accra. Would you suggest to your minister and the president how we can perhaps put this out there and get railway functioning?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. I think my suggestion, one of the things that when I'm giving the nod, I will work with my sector minister to look into is to open it up for private investment or investors to come on board to see how we can revamp the sector to make it viable to help us as a country. Thank you.
Would you recommend a railway line from Jomoro to Tema?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will. Because, I mean, it would help. Yes. Yes. Yes, I will.
Mr. Chair, when the nominee was being sworn in, I could feel a very different accent. And in the subject matter, and
so
all,
you want to ask a question?
And the bank, yes, I'm asking a question, Chair. I want to be convinced that the nominee is a full-time Ghanaian and therefore can recite the national pledge.
Well, the question is, he wants to ascertain whether you can recite the national pledge. No, the question is, can you or you cannot?
I can, but if you can waive the question for me, I can.
Very well. Your question has been answered.
Mr. Chair, I'll let it pass.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Haji Aladi Ayamba.
Thank you very much. Jerry, stop it. My dear sister, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, they've been expecting that I'll tell you that congratulations and bye-bye. But I won't do that. You know why? Because, Chairman, let me restate this. They believe that we cannot speak the English language. That is why we go that way. They do not know that we do it on purpose. I've looked at your CV. I've listened to you. And I appreciate you, how far you have come. I know you will do and put up your best. Your responses sends a message. You have simply told me that you are just there because all your responses are that with the minister. You know where you are, you know where you are going to, and you know how you are going to do it. So I only wish you the best. The question I want to ask you is that you mentioned in your response to one of the first persons that asked you about how trucks carrying heavy loads do spoil our roads and what have you. And it's quite bad because I'm on the Roads and Transport Committee and I know that just 1 kilometer of asphalted road is more than $1 million, which is too much. Will you suggest to your minister that you work hand in hand with the Minister for Roads to ensure that trucks do not load more than necessary, and that you will take the trouble to be part and parcel of getting first-hand information, not sitting and being an armchair deputy minister? Will you do that? I want a short answer, no long stories.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
Great. You spoke about how you supported 4,000 women. So I don't doubt your support for women. You've also mentioned that the transport sector is a sector where most women are left out. It's not because they can't. You know, we women, wherever we put ourselves, yes, we can, and we will do it, and do it better than the men. I know your minister very well. Will you support him to ensure that there are more women, especially driving our public buses, which would be in your domain? I've seen a few, but I want more. And will you ensure and support him that for every sector where there is transportation or transportation works, any organization, that you would have the 30% women being recruited if the opportunity arises? So it's 2 in 1. One is a yes, and then the other one, you can say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, the first answer to the first question is yes. And the other one is I will definitely do that, to work hand in hand with my minister when I'm giving the nod, to make sure that every area that we can push to bring women there, I will do so. Like I said earlier in my introduction, I said I'm very passionate about women empowerment. So that is an area that I'm known for. Even in my constituency, when it comes to area of women and children and people with disability, I do not play with that. And so I will work hand in hand with my minister to make sure that we give the space to the women, and not just at the bottom, but at the decision level. Thank you.
Chairman, she is an MP worth it. She has gone through a lot. She has struggled. But she has always made herself visible, and she's always been there. We are members of parliament. Women, for now, I think we are 41 or so. Either 40 or 41. I don't want to tell, and then, so we are 41. And if you are to make projections, give education, support women, especially in that sector, you have not less than 41 women whom you can easily discuss and bring to the fore so that they will support you to achieve your aim in getting more women. Will you come back to parliament and ensure that you work with the women caucus notwithstanding who is coming from where, because I know that your place, you do not know that I have been to Shama before. I've been to Shama, I came and worked there when your Honorable Asirifi was there, so I know that place. So, will you come back and ensure that you work with us so that we will help in projecting the sector in our various places? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I will. Thank you.
So, very fast, very quick. I wish you the best. You can always count on me and count on the rest. And don't hesitate. We will support you and ensure that women are realized. And I will thank the president very, very much. The last 4 appointments he made, 3 women, 1 man. I'm the happiest. I ate TZ that day like it was no one's business. So take care of yourself and work harder.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patricia Piaget, Deputy Ranking Member.
Right. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our sister on the other side for being given such a huge responsibility. The responsibility, as we see it, is something, the number of issues and challenges within your sector, which we as a nation needs to address. So I would first like to find out from you whether you know that there's a road traffic act in existence, and whether that act, the original one, and whether that act has been amended, and what it seeks to address. Thank you.
As well. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I didn't get the question very well. If Honorable Patricia can repeat the act.
I'll give you a brief about that. And I know that the Road Traffic Act was enacted. The earlier one is Act 683. And the subsequent one, the amended one, is the Act 761. The reason why I'm asking you this is that it has been amended because of the challenges within our transport system. Because if in order to ensure that movement is smooth, people have accessibility, and we need sustainable roads to ride on. These things have been taken care of. As a deputy minister, you always come to Parliament and you hear that when questions are being put to ministers, ministers don't normally find the time to attend to the floor of Parliament because currently most of them don't even have deputies. Once you are going to be the deputy, I suspect you will be the face of Parliament and your ministry or your sector. So I'm looking at the situation where we have enacted laws for movement of transport and all that. And all these enactments, all these laws are being flouted. When people flout the laws, no penal, how are you going to ensure that we have a transport committee in Parliament? And therefore, there's the need to review these acts to give implementation of this thing to it. So how are you going to ensure that you will recommend to your minister to ensure that we review these ones to make it a bit biting. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, when I'm giving the nod, I would check with my minister and sit with him and see how best and suggest some or make some recommendations and take it before the committee to see how best we can make that work. But currently, I think it's been reviewed. It's been reviewed. So I would liaise with my minister and see how best we can make changes to make things better. Thank you.
Much honorable. The revised national transport policy emphasizes accessibility. It also emphasizes inclusivity and sustainability. And these emphasis is aiming to create a transport system that serves all Ghanaians regardless of age, ability, or socio-economic status. However, many transport systems, such as Trotro, are not designed with persons to accommodate persons with disability. And you know our rural areas too, it lacks some connectivity. How would you assist your minister to ensure that transport policies prioritize inclusivity and sustainability, particularly for the marginalized groups and rural communities? Thank you, my sister.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, when I'm giving the nod, I would, together with my minister, sit and see how best we can look into the challenges that you have mentioned and see how best we can make it work for everybody. So nobody will be left behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Earlier on, a question was asked of you, what recommendation would you make to your minister on the issue of electric vehicles? And you know the challenges that we have at the moment. Are you sure? The first question is, are you sure we have enough EVs or charging system? If we don't have enough, do you think it should discourage Ghana to reintroduce them and ensure the use of electric transport system? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, with the briefing I had with my minister, I was told that 10 buses are currently in Ghana. Of course, 100 were ordered, 10 were delivered, 4 of them are working. The other 6 has problems with the charging system, but he has resolved that and also made contact with the company that initially started. So they are making it better where it will be able to accommodate that. So changes have taken place. And so I will work once again with my minister to make sure that, because it's a good thing, like I said earlier, it's environmentally friendly and also cheaper. And so once we're able to sensitize the public and let them know the benefits and all that, I think it would work. So we'll find good companies that will be able to give us the best. So I'll work with my minister to see how best we can do that so that we can be part of the global world, because that is what everybody is transitioning into, and Ghana should be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nominee. You've answered excellently on this. So my next question I want to put to you is that what kind of transport mix would you recommend? Currently, look at our railway system. Do you think improving on our railway system and then looking at even the tram system, which will also require electrification, will be something that you will recommend in future for implementation in looking at our transport mix at this point in time? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, that is something that I'll consider and look at it together with my minister when I'm giving the nod to see how best we can revamp that sector, because it would benefit the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your exposure to living in other parts of this world encourages you to have such a bright future for the transport system in our country. And I'm going to pray for you that you work at it and ensure that we will have a very wide transport mix, and mobility will not be a challenge as we are facing now in the country. Thank you very much, and I think that's all that I have for you. Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And Honorable Patricia is a mentor to me. She inspires me a lot. Of course, all the women, ever since I came to Parliament, I've been emulating, learning from her. She encourages most of us, and she's part of the reason why, in Parliament, I'm able to do most of the things that I do. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank her as well for being a mentor.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Gyakye Quayson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nominee, my sister, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have no doubt in your ability, your competence, your resilience of what you've been through to do this job. Transport is a huge place. But then you have a very able minister who is also a member of this House. So I know you will be in good hands. Your job basically is to follow what your minister, who makes the policy, will ask you to do. And then be able to offer advice if he asks for one. But I know that you do a good job. The questions that have been asked here and the answers you've given, I have no doubt that you do well. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. Yes.
You want me to continue?
Well, you have exhausted your time. I do not know what instruction the leader has given.
For leader, he said this.
You want to ask a question for?
I cannot ask him, but he said he's coming.
But the difficulty is how we can be waiting. Yes. Well, we are done. I will use the opportunity to congratulate you and thank you very much for attending upon the committee and responding to questions. We would acknowledge the presence of your revered guests, and thereafter you are discharged. You hear from the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm most grateful.
Thank you very much, Chair. I will acknowledge the guests who accompanied Honorable Dorcas here this morning to support her. Nana Adai Blade III, MPM Chief, Nana Twenebua the First, Amokwam Swazu Chief, Nana Ya Jindo the Third, Ghana Nungwa Queen Mother, Obahima Evia Panyele, Kabin La Soise Queen Mother, Tufuhini Eric Esia Bonyele Tufuhini, Francine Yakun Kofi, daughter, Mr. Kofi Asma, family friend, General Augustine Blay, Council of Elder for Jomoro constituency, Uncle Pepe Mana Yela, family friend, Nana Acha, brother-in-law, Mrs. Efia Acha, sister, and pastor, Stephen Bedu, family pastor, Abubakar Amadou, MP's personal assistant, Dr. Francis Hoba, MP's manager, John Kessie, Nyameke constituency PA, Anthony Ama Bentley constituency chairman, Honorable Benedict Bwedi MCE, Emmanuel Ndaku Bentley constituency secretary, Agnes Inria constituency woman organizer, Nana Toku NDC Western Region chairman, and last but not the least, Charles Edu Fojo, NDC Western Regional Organizer. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming.
Well, all regional chairman, you are duly acknowledged.
I'm reading from
Thank you very much for coming. Honorable nominee, you are hereby discharged. Our second nominee should be in readiness to take the chair. Honorable nominee, we have finished with you. Kindly take leave of us. Honorable members who want to take photograph, we have another nominee to take. May you take the photograph outside. Our next nominee should take his seat. Honorable Gyakye Quayson. Honourable member, you are welcome.
Thank you, Chairman.
Honourable members, the meeting is called to order. Meeting called to order. Honourable nominee, following a letter dated 9th July 2025 from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, you've been designated as a Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. We've therefore scheduled you as the second person to be vetted for today. We've just finished your colleague, Honorable Dorcas Toffee. So it is now your turn. You are welcome. You are here to be vetted. So, honorable members, without much ado, I will call on the clerk to administer the oath.
I, James Gyakye Quayson,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable nominee, once again you are welcome. I will then give you the floor to briefly tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to ask Chairman if I can, with your permission, just observe a few seconds of silence in memory of our late colleague, Ernest Yaokumi, because he was very much affected with me.
Yes, permission granted.
Thank you, Chairman.
Shall we rise to observe 1 minute? May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Thank you, Chairman. I will proceed to respond to your question about myself. Obviously, my name is James Gyakye Quayson, Member of Parliament from Asin North, a second-term member now. I was born in Asin Fosu. My hometown is Asin Breku. I have additional 7 siblings, 4 brothers, including myself, and 4 sisters. My big sister, the eldest of the family, sitting right behind me, attended preparatory school at Penwet Preparatory School. That was located in Accra. After that, went to Fantipim Secondary School. When I completed Fantipim Secondary School, I did 3 years at Winneba Teachers College. Thereafter, I went to Canada in 1979. I pursued college education in Canada. First, I took up to nuclear engineering for a 3-year program. After graduation, I taught as a lab assistant, teaching supply. From there, I went to went to York University for my bachelor's in sociology and political science, and a master's in urban and community development. I came back, worked with the Canadian government at the municipal level for 29 years. At the last position was, I was a district manager for area offices of 5. Finally decided I want to come home and help my community as in North, and also to join hands with my people here to develop the country, Ghana, and of course, Africa. I'm a strong Pan-Africanist, and I've always been championing this even in Canada as well as in Ghana. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. We shall proceed with vetting by asking you questions, and we humbly urge upon you to provide answers to the questions posed to you. Starting from the subject matter committee members, I will proceed to give the floor to Nana Addo Kenneth. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to, first of all, congratulate the nominee for this appointment and to wish him well. I would first want to find out from him how he's going to help his minister, since the minister has talked about economic diplomacy. How is he going to help the minister promote Ghana's economic interests abroad and attract foreign investments for the country?
Thank you, Chairman. It's a very important question. Ghana, as we all know, has been champion of Black Africa, the Black Star. And that is one of my fundamental beliefs. I know I'm moving into a sector that has a minister, and Minister Blakwa and I have a very good relationship dating back from 2021, and I'm very sure that we will be able to forge together a good understanding and working relation in line with the policy of the various departments under our ministry. Thank you.
Any further question?
Yes. You did indicate that you are Pan-Africanist. Would you share with this nation how that passion would drive you to help build a borderless Africa?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This has always been my dream, that one day this continent will unite its people, because we all know united stronger than individual small nations. And the fundamental basis of our foreign affairs policy is dated back from when we had independence, when Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, indicated that the independence of Ghana was meaningless unless it's linked up to the total liberation of the continent. I still believe strongly in that principle. And I think with that, we can be able to put together our resources, be a mighty force for global trade and relationship. Thank you.
Any further question? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The last one that I want to find out from the nominee is that looking at the current challenges within the sub-region, how are you going to support your minister to engage ECOWAS to look out for Ghana's interests as well as solve some of the challenges within our sub-region? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. You see, our sub-regions are all brothers and sisters. This is something that has been played upon us by the colonialists. Ghana, Burkina Faso, Niger, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, we are no different from one another. And so And I'm very sure that Ghana has always remained a non-aligned. We have always, from independent time, been a non-aligned movement, which Nkrumah had been very much strengthened and forward with India when they forged this non-aligned movement. Let's extend that to our brothers and sisters. There may be differences in the household in their various countries, but that shouldn't set us apart. We should continue with diplomacy, speak to them. There's always a reason why there's some conflict somehow happening. And we should also be able to identify the people behind these conflicts, where the weapons are coming from, and how we can improve the quality of life of our people. Our youth needs help, and this applies to almost every corner of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll give the floor to Honorable Asafoaje.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nominee, I would like to once again congratulate you. Mr. Chairman, I want to premise my question on a release from the ministry, allegations on issuance of Ghanaian passport to foreigners. Deputy Minister nominee, there are a lot of weaknesses within our embassies. Delay of passports, extortion, poor working condition, passport frauds, all these are weaknesses within our embassies. As a Deputy Minister nominee, how are you going to work with your minister to ensure that some of these weaknesses within the embassies will be dealt with? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm very happy that Honorable Member is asking this question because it's in the minds of many people. There's a policy in place. I just had my briefing at the ministry a couple days ago. There's policies in place, and I'm sure some has been demonstrated by introducing this new passports with a chip embedded, which is not easy to forge. You need a primary identification in order to be able to process one of those. So I'll work along with my sector minister, and then we can be on the same page to work to make things much better for, again, we have to enforce we have to do some enforcement to make sure. See, all these rules and regulations are in place, but if we don't apply enforcement, we're not going to get anywhere. So that is one area that I'm going to add my strength to the ministry to make sure that we don't take enforcement for granted. Thank you.
Any further question?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The nominee, your experience, having lived in Canada for so many years. I mean, Canada, US have a lot of things in common. And quite recently, Ghana is having a bit of challenge between the diplomatic relations between Ghana and US, which has even resulted in some 3 months visa and then single entry and all that. This requires a deep, high-level diplomatic engagement. Having known you, your experience traveling afar and all this on, how do you blend your experience to support your minister to deal with some of these challenges that we are having with our US-Ghana relations?
Thank you, Chairman. I believe most of these bilateral relationships, Ghana and the US had a common understanding of a 5-year visa, that if an American citizen was coming here, he would get 5-year duration of a visa and vice versa. Unfortunately, as we all know, there's been some nationalistic administration with Trump's presidency, which is affecting a lot of issues. And I personally believe that with some diplomacy, because this has not been anything official presented to the government of Ghana as yet, So we are just going to have to apply and intensify our diplomacy to make sure that we're able to reciprocate this. And of course, if things are not working in our favor, we also have other tools we can work with. So I want to assure you that I will be working closely with Minister Brakwa with my experience and exposure to make sure some of these things are addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I once again want to congratulate you and also admonish that, your composure and your temperament would be a good blend to your minister, so that at least the ministry will have some very cool atmosphere around the ministry. I would want to congratulate you once again and wish you well. The committee would also be willing and ready to help you perform. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, and I want to thank my colleague here.
I will give the floor to Honorable Seydu. Cletus.
Dapla, yes, Vice Chairman, Foreign Affairs Committee. My senior brother, Uncle Quayson, congratulations. I would not ask you a question, except to commend you for your determination and tenacity to hold the fort since you veered into the political arena of Mother Ghana. I know you've gone through a Herculean task in this career. I have been very close to you and I've interacted with you. I know you are going into the ministry to support your boss to deliver the mandate of Ghana's foreign policy. And I have no doubt that if you get the blessings of this committee, you will deliver. You will give that support to the Honorable Ablakwa. The two of you, I know you can gel very well. So for me, it's just to say that God will give you the energy, the resilience to support your boss to deliver on Ghana's foreign mission policy. And that is all that I want to tell you. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Honorable
Thanks for your
member.
comment.
I will then give the floor to Honorable Vanderpoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me also add my voice to thanking His Excellency for nominating you. And you and I have worked together in many ways and in many activities. So I know what you can do. I'm happy to see you where you are seated. You are going into a ministry that has a high demand on our national agenda. And I know that you are going to support our Minister Abrakwa in that ministry. One question. I want you to take the opportunity to assure this committee of your readiness and your support to the minister to ensure that he delivers the agenda of moving Ghana's image to the highest level. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, my good friend. I recognize that as well, and I want to thank the President, Mahama, for his nomination of myself. I know that this is a ministry that is pivotal to the country's development. So with my experience and exposure, again, we are going to line up a lot of stakeholders, I can assure you, at least in Canada and US, to bring in resources, technology, IT, as much as we can to improve our economy so that our youth can get some gainful employment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Aliklim Akurugu, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, Uncle, as I affectionately call you when I meet you in the chamber. You are going to work with a minister who is old enough to be your son. How are you going to cope with him? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I know Africa has a very extreme culture where children listen to their parents. So I'm hoping, and I'm sure and I'm certain that Minister Blakwa and I, as I said earlier, have a relationship that dates back since 2021. And we are going to continue with our relationship and make sure, because you see, when he succeeds, I succeed. So we're going to succeed together. Thank you.
Any further question?
Thank you. Yes, please. I'm told, or I've heard, that other countries, including Nigeria, our neighboring country, anytime they apply for visas in foreign embassies and they are not accepted, the monies are refunded. How is Ghana going to adopt this as well? Thank you.
Yes, I think this is administrative policy, again, sector policy that we have to look into, because I personally believe that most of these so-called advanced countries are milking our people. On an average, most African youth, because of lack of opportunities, want to travel outside. A visa is not cheap. Even just the application form alone is about $160, which could be a month or 2 months pay for some of our youth on a labor. And this means these embassies are collecting this money and denying almost 90% to 95% of them. We have to find a way to streamline this to save youth the money. Most of these countries are using that as a revenue to support their embassies. And if we don't know that, we think that, oh, they're rich countries, so they're able to afford to set up embassies. That's not the case. Most of the revenues are coming from us to support their embassies, and we've got to find a way to put an end to that. Thank you. And I work with my minister to make sure any policy that we put together will be something that can be of interest. Because you see, foreign policy is not about protecting the foreign or the foreign nations only. First and foremost, it should be protecting us. It should be reciprocated. Our domestic policy is what we extend to the foreign policy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, no further questions. I'm wishing you all the best, Uncle.
Thank you very much. It's now the turn of Honorable Omar. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. I always call my big brother old soldier. Old soldier, congratulations. I'm so happy for you today. And ever since your nomination was announced, haven't stood your grounds, and also a trailblazer for the Bintus. I know you understand the Bintus. As a Bintu, this position, you become ambassador, you become a trailblazer, and you will become the conduit for others in the diaspora to come back home and serve their nation, having acquired a lot of knowledge and experience that this country needs. My question to you today, and we're going to have some discussion. will you consider, I know you are not the main minister, to outsource your visa processing to third party so that we won't have a lot of backlog, particularly in the diaspora? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I want to understand my colleague clearly, it's about visa applications for Ghanaians in the diaspora coming back home. Thank you. You see, that is why I think about 3 years ago, we tabled an amendment to not the visa applications, but we did table, if I recall, refresh my memory, that dual citizenship amendment bill. This is something that we have to take very important as a nation, because we look at our GDP and remittances from the diaspora alone is one of the major contributors, along with our gold and our cocoa. Those are the three leading income GDP for the nation. And to just look at that and not tap into the wealth, the knowledge, the experience, and add it to what we already have home, we'll be doing ourselves disservice. A lot of nations have recognized that. Even the UK does that. But here we are, and I'm sure all of you are testimony to what I went through, just to be part of the system, to try to pave a way for others to come. I know I have a lot of followers who are looking to see the success story, and I want to thank every one of you here. I know there was tremendous support from the House, even my brothers and sisters on the other side, who will reach out to me personally to encourage me. Even though it wasn't a party policy, they came out in their own humane sense to come and give me encouragement. And these are some of the people that kept me going. And the more reason why I asked for us to bow or stand at least for a moment for our brother who has left us. You see, nobody should be going through such things. So I'll kindly come back to the House. One of these days we have the Professor Asari, popularly known as Kweku Azar, who championed this dual amendment, citizenship dual amendment, thing that we can all make sure that our children, our grandchildren can come back and bring the expertise and the income and the resources. And I personally know a lot of my counterparts who are heavily invested, but just afraid to leave everything and come, because if they come, they've lost their investments. If they know they can have both ways, they'll bring this investment. Not everyone is coming for politics. There are investors out there, there are scientists, there are IT experts, professors, and all of them. So, answer to your question is, my brother, I'll work tirelessly along with my minister to see how best, and also with the House, to see how we can pass this dual amendment bill. That will eradicate the challenges they have. But in the meantime, before that goes into effect, I work with Minister Blackwell to make sure that we can facilitate a quick process for them to get a visa if they intend to come to their homeland. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to policy. Foreign policy. Are we still non-aligned?
Well, Ghana has always been aligned. From foundation, from our independence day, thanks to our great visionary, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Sajifo. When we got independence, he was championing an aligned movement. You see, what it puts a country in a line, you are more stable, because policies and systems and ideologies keep changing with population growth and challenges in managing communities all the same. So to be non-aligned is the best, I think, and so Ghana answer is we're still non-aligned for what I know. But also I will work with Minister Ablakwa to make sure that that is the direction of the government that we are. Of course, I cannot part from government policies, but if there's a need for me to advocate, I will do so. Thank you.
Comrade and old soldier, I wish you the best. Congratulations.
Thank you, my brother. Chairman.
Yes, Honorable Patrick Yao Boma.
Thank you very much, Chair. Congratulations, my very, very, very good friend and senior brother. We're all proud of you. It's not a question, but to bring your mind to some of the issues that our foreign service officers go through. I advise that you take a very close look at that. There's an issue in one of the neighboring countries. I don't want to mention it, very, very sensitive before us, that I'll be discussing with you. You need to support your minister, look at the affairs of our foreign service officers. They go through a lot. Some of them life-threatening, and we must look at it. Secondly,